all sorts of things can be made out of spring game performances. The one thing that can't be distorted is the fan enthusiasm showing up in throngs for a spring game.
Yeah, I mean, coming into this, Mark, I knew with the kind of the increase in the fan outpouring of support for Venables and the staff, and everything that has happened over the last couple of months, you knew there would be an increased interest in this program early on, right? But I don't think even a lot of people that follow it very closely ever anticipated 75,000 people being there for the spring game, and that's what ended up being. We talked on here a couple of times where it heard anecdotally that there was 35,000 tickets sold, and on Friday it was made known by Toby Rowland, who's the play-by-play voice for Oklahoma football games, and he had mentioned on his radio show that there was about 60,000 tickets sold on Friday morning, and then ended up they anticipated having a decent walk-up crowd, and so 75,000 is incredible. It's kind of hard to wrap your mind around, just generically speaking. I know that Nebraska, Georgia, Alabama, a lot of these teams have traditionally had very large attendance for their spring games, but Oklahoma's never been a team that has, or the fans, at least from my perspective, have really supported it at the level that it was supported this year. There was a couple of years where Oklahoma had around 50,000 and 40,000, but not near what Oklahoma had on Saturday. So so yeah, I think that was a big thing. One of the things that we had talked about, and Venables has spent a lot of time talking about, is you know essentially waking that sleeping giant from a fan base perspective, understanding the culture shift and the culture change, and that was very evident early on. But obviously came to fruition here in the spring game on Saturday. So I think even more so, understanding the threat of bad weather. The forecast wasn't super optimistic, for Saturday in terms of rain and wind and potential tornadoes and things like that. So credit to the Oklahoma fan base for coming out there for what was a very entertaining spring game. Obviously, the Baker Mayfield statue unveiling played a little bit of a role in that as well. But I think that a lot of people wanted to get an up close view of what this program would be like, or is starting to look like under Brent Venables, and I think we all got a little small taste of what that will look like come fall.